I think it's monumental. I mean, I think it's just massive. It feels a little bit surreal, to be honest. It's like actually finally happened. I mean, negotiations just in general around contracts are always so long and take so much time and effort by so many different people. The group did an incredible job of staying with it and being so engaged over this whole period of time. A lot of different people as well, which I think is great. We have kind of a multi-generational CBA group, which really bodes well for the future. But I don't think you can overstate how huge this is, not just for us, but hopefully kind of setting a new tone going forward. Obviously, it's culminating in a settlement from the lawsuit we filed and a CBA that achieves equal pay. But I think that's like the basement floor. So I'm looking forward, obviously, just to see how this contract plays out and the life of this contract, but also, how both teams with the Federation can grow the game of soccer even more in this country.
Did you feel like the wind was kind of taken out of the sails when the lawsuit was dismissed? And what, I guess, was the turning point for this CBA to reach the equal pay agreement?
No, I actually never felt like the wind was out of it, because it's just like, it is the wind. Like, it's in the air we breathe. It's not something that was ever going to go away. I mean, I said that even, with the California decision. It's not like it just goes away. We're still going to be here. Even if, they won and we didn't, that's not a real win for anyone. And always knowing that we were going to have the CBA, coming on the heels of that. And eventually we were going to have to settle the CBA. So glad it didn't end in any sort of, labor strike or anything like that. But this wasn't really an issue that's like, oh, let's just see how this works out this time. We've done that in the past, and that's not really where we're at. So it was really just a singular focus. How do we get this done? How do we stay consistent and, keep putting the work in and keep showing up to the table and hopefully get a great deal done, which in the end we did. I mean, I think this fighting spirit that we have and our just inability and unwillingness to quit or take less or to be quiet about the inequities that we face comes from them, 91 and 95 and 99 and all of those players that came before. That's the DNA, that's the fabric, that's why we're here fighting the way that we are. So, I know they won't see the benefits of it. I'll barely see the benefits of it. But I hope everybody takes pride in knowing that they were a huge part in, hopefully seismically shifting soccer in the country for women. It feels like we're all sort of part of a movement. I know a couple of other countries have had wins in different areas when it comes to pay. But I think just in general, we all know that like this win is a huge win for us, just as Camp Nou being sold out for their games in Champions League is a win for us and a win for them. So I feel like it's all kind of the same vibe. And obviously we're in the locker rooms together and, more so of an informal way, but all kind of vibing off each other in that way and sharing information. Whether it's Champions League or the NWSL or the World Cup coming up next year, I think there's just a sort of wave or an energy around it that's going beyond just the players now. I mean, I think companies and businesses and broadcast rights and all of that are starting to pick up to the fact that they're extremely late to the game. And I think it's obviously no secret we haven't had as much support from the men's team as we would have liked, and there's in the past comments thrown around, but I think this time it was really clear that we both kind of had our beefs with the Federation, and a way to move forward for all of us was to come together. I don't think a split labor force ever gets more done than a unified one, and that's kind of what I was saying to him earlier. I was like, if they're jipping us out of money, they're probably jipping y'all out of money too, so might as well come together and see what we can do. I think it's hard to quantify who's been more successful, who's responsible for the growth of soccer in the country. I think both of us at different times have done something that the other side could not, and the other side wasn't capable of. So I feel like us together, obviously, is the strongest. So hopefully they feel like that as well. Hopefully they see, the benefit in joining forces and ultimately making sport in this country, soccer in this country, one of the best sports we have. I think something that gets lost a little bit is that this isn't just a business that we're running. This is a national governing body. This is, the sort of governmental body that's in charge of stewarding the sport for both men and women and boys and girls and everybody in between in the country. So they have a greater responsibility to grow the game on both sides and to address the specific needs on both sides that may be a little bit different for boys soccer or girls soccer or whatever it may be. So I think for kids growing up now, they see that at least in writing, sort of codify that that's going to be the standard moving forward. Obviously, I think it is going to be much more impactful for women in the short term. So, I mean, I say it all the time. I hope these little kids are richer than I am. So, and they certainly will be.